Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jocelyn. Today I'm going to be doing a how to get a flawless glowy look. It is summer right now for me, so summer means more glow, you're on the sun, you want that effortless, no makeup look. So I am going to be showing you how to get that today. Well, my version at least. So if you like these type of videos, go ahead and comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Alright, so let's get into the video. The focus of this video today is going to be skin, because that is the most important part for a glowy look. Prepping your base overall. I've already applied a eye cream. I like to do an eye cream before I do my makeup because it's going to moisturize the under eye and really prevent extra creasing. That way it looks as flawless as possible and looks like your actual skin. You also really want to make sure that your skin is nice and moisturized. I already went and applied a moisturizer and sprayed the Mario Badescu Rose Spray just to refresh and hydrate the skin and wake it up a little bit. And then you're going to want to use a very hydrating base. You can still achieve this if you're oily. These products work for my skin, they may not work for your skin. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. I want to take a clean beauty blender. You don't want any old powder or things like that on the sponge, so you do want to make sure it's clean, because I find that when I try to go back in to do my makeup, if I haven't even touched my beauty blender and just re-wet it, there's still a lot of powder on it from setting my under eyes like that. So I noticed that my under eyes will look kind of creasy and dry if there's still leftover powder, so you really want to make sure that's not there. So I'm going to be applying the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. It is a primer and a moisturizer in one. It has hyaluronic acid. So I like to take my beauty blender and apply it because it's really going to press it into the skin. So next up, I'm going to take this really cool product. I actually got it in Ulta. I had been seeing it online a lot and I saw Jamie Genevieve use it. It is the lanolips, I'm hoping that's how you say it, just 101 ointment multi-purpose balm. I'm going to be applying this to my lips for moisturization because they're very dry right now coming out of winter / spring. So I take a generous amount and just apply that to the lips. Alright, and I'm going to take a little bit on my ring finger, rub them together and warm it up a little bit, and apply it to the high points of my cheeks. I don't know if you can see, that's already kind of giving it a more dewy, glowy look. So it says it is hydrating, nourishing, super intense, 100% natural, 101, uses extreme hydration for chapped lips, super dry skin, patches, cuticles, dry nasal passages, and more. It also says no artificial colors, fragrances, parabens, petroleum, PEGs, mineral oil, or sulfates, and they are also against animal testing, and they're developed in Australia and made in the USA. So I really enjoy that this product has all of that. On the other high points on my face, I'm going to be taking the MAC Strobe Cream in Pink Light. Also applying that to the beauty blender. Just gonna pat that around, put a little much on here. Alright, now I'm going to pat this on my chin, where I would normally highlight, tip of the nose, and just make sure that it's blended in. For foundation, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Proglow in color 202. It says the finish is radiant, wear up to 24 hours, coverage is medium, texture is airlight. Pro tip, shake well, dot onto skin in rolling motion for flawless coverage. So I'm going to shake that and I'm going to just, and with it I'm going to mix in the Marc Do You Dewdrops. Just like about like one or two. So as you can see, it is about medium coverage. It gives me good coverage, but not what I would prefer. I prefer more full coverage just to really cover up all of my redness. You can see I still have a little bit of redness here, around here, here. So I'm actually going to take MAC Next to Nothing face color in light. So this I have found is a little tricky to work with for me. You should shake it. I always shake like all my foundations. It has a very different consistency. It's very tacky and sticky, almost like a liquid highlighter. So I notice as I'm applying it, it sometimes has pulled up my foundation. So I like to go on when my foundation is still wet with a couple pumps. It just gives a little extra coverage. So I'm just going to apply that and start pouncing it in. So this is gonna give you a really dewy look to the face. It gives me a little bit of extra coverage, so I kind of enjoy it for that, along with the dewy skin. I do light pounces all over the skin. So that was about 2 pumps. I'm gonna go in 2 more pumps. It's a little bit lighter too, so in case that foundation was a little bit too dark, because I am so pale. Next, I'm going to be concealing my under eyes with NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Light 2 Vanilla. Just so you guys know, there's like literally nothing left in here but broke problems, so I'm mainly gonna focus this the front of the eyes where the most darkness is. I'm actually going to take it over the bridge of the nose, inner corners of the eye to brighten those up, and down, but not just straight down, like not onto these sides of my nose. I'm just gonna do that to actually slim the nose. And then I'm just gonna take whatever's left and pull it out. A little on the chin for a tad more coverage, not really for anything, just to brighten it up as well. I'd say this one is very close to my foundation color, so it's probably about 1 shade lighter. I'll keep this here, I guess, it's already there. And just a little bit here to brighten. Nothing much, I don't really go concealer crazy normally. And I'm also gonna take the same exact side that I blended the foundation in with. That way it's not too drastic, not too light. A little bit on the tip of the nose, forehead. So a tip, if your beauty blender gets dry, go ahead and just squeeze a little bit so it's not too intense. And then I go over the nose with the same side. Now that we've probably overly blended our face, I know I'm using a ton of NARS in this video, and I really do like NARS. It is one of my favorite higher end brands. They actually just went on an amazing trip with some of my favorite influencers, and they took them to Vegas. I thought that was so cool. I loved watching everyone's vlogs and seeing everyone's pictures and stuff like that. So I'm going to be taking NARS Laguna Liquid Bronzer, and then just applying a couple pumps on here. It comes out very liquidy, so you just have to be careful. So I'm gonna take this and make sure that I'm only putting it about right here, and then just completely blending that in. I really like the bronzer because, well, the Laguna bronzer just in general, a lot of people love even the powdered one. It gives a really nice natural finish. It kind of has like the suntan kiss to it instead of just like orange. So it gives a really natural look, and the liquid I feel gives a very natural finish, especially if you're trying to achieve the dewy look. I'm just going to make sure it's a little bit more clean. That way it doesn't just look like I bronzed my whole face. And take that same side and just blend it out so it's not too harsh. So just add a little bit, put that in, put it on, and then blend that out. That way it gives more of an effective contour and it doesn't look messy. So before we go into powder, I'm going to just do a little bit of those Marc Jacob Do You Dewdrops on the high points of my cheeks. You want to make sure that you do all your creams first. I just tap them in lightly because I always have a problem with highlighters, liquid highlighters lifting my foundation. So I'm going to take the back end again. Just go very lightly. I'm like barely pouncing my face just to blend it before I put on the powder, but so it doesn't pick it up. I'm actually having success right now, so you can see that just added a little extra glow, some color to the cheeks. I tend to be more champagne, golden, more of these like highlights right here. We had a death in the family today. This one just broke and cracked on me. Oh my god, it did it again. See? It's just popping right back in. Once you have all your creams, we're finally gonna go into powders, at least to set the under eye and maybe add a little bit to the cheeks and stuff like that, just so I can make sure it stays and wears throughout the day, make it more sweat proof. You do not have to powder your face. It's drying down pretty well. I mean, it's definitely still a little tacky and sticky and wet. I can feel it if I touch my skin, but it's everyone's own preference. I'm just gonna take the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal setting powder. I use this in my second video, my everyday foundation routine. I'm just gonna take a little on here before I go in though. Just make sure it's all tapped out. It didn't really crease. So I'm just gonna take a light amount and press it in to the skin. You can see it's kind of just melting into the skin. I'm not necessarily baking. Really want to make sure I get to nose creases. And then just kind of pat that out like that. You can see that the glow still is kind of there. It's gonna definitely be covered up a little bit more if you've already put on highlighter, liquid highlighter in that area and then try to go with powder. This powder is seriously so soft. And then just a little bit to the eyelid. And then all I really like to do for the face, whoa. Okay. I like to really do for the face is I'm taking this on a Morphe G40. I actually normally use this for like bronzer contour. Just pat on the skin just because it's still a little bit sticky and I don't want anything to rub off anywhere. Why I picked this powder, it has small reflex in the powder that help achieve more of a glow. I like this powder because it has small micro glitter in it, so it's actually going to reflect light. One baking technique that I do like though is cleaning up underneath the jaw to the mouth. For blush, a really good illuminating summery spring glowy blush. You're gonna want something that is more light reflective and things like that. You can go matte, but I would prefer for a dewy look to do something that has a lot of shimmer in it. So I'm going to be taking Milani Luminoso. It is a very popular Milani blush. I hope they still have it around. I haven't been to the store in a while, but you're just going to take a little, tap it off. And for normally I wouldn't smile because it's going to make my face look a little bit more round, and I would prefer for my face not to look a little bit more round at the moment. You're going to want to smile, so you apply it to the apples of the cheeks because that is where the sun is going to hit, and it's going to give more of a glow overall to the face. You can still achieve this look of glowy without applying it to the apples of the cheeks if you are worried about making your face look a little bit too round. I find that I normally need a lot of color back in my face. I tend to try to go heavy on the blush. I feel like it never turns out as heavy as I want it though. And then if it's a little bit too heavy, just blend it in with the skin. I like to smile and go around the cheek area. Make sure that it's blended in though. Oh, now this is the part where you can decide how intense, how subtle you want your highlight. I would say stick to a color that is still more in your skin tone. So, you know, like this and this normally mix for me. This is the NARS Blanc de Sable. I'm just taking my Real Techniques setting brush, so no lies, but I like this as a highlighter brush. And then just dipping into the first one and the second one, go back and forth. This is a more intense highlight, but just one swipe. It's not too intense and you can definitely build it up. So I'm just going to take that on the high points of my cheeks, do circular motions. Definitely take it up onto the forehead. Further on, you can see it in the, well, I can see it in the viewfinder. So. And then just next side. I like to stick to about the end of the eye. I don't really like to go lower than that. And then I don't touch the tip of the nose. I only go on the bridge of the nose, right here, where I applied that concealer. So when you look down, when you look left and right, you can see it, but when you look straight forward, it just looks like you kind of have a glow. I don't really go on the tip of the nose. It's just something I learned watching Wayne Goss, so I really like to take his tips and try them out. To contour the nose, I didn't bring a bronzer in here, but I'm gonna use this Makeup Forever shadow. It looks like one of the bronzers I would normally use. I'm gonna take it very lightly and just do a straight line down. I said lightly. Okay. And this is going to give you the illusion of a slimmer nose. And then the bottom of the nose, I'm going to take that same exact G40 brush. Oh, that was a G41 in the Gunmetal collection. Now I'm just going to take this and blend it out very nicely because Makeup Forever shadows are amazing. And then I took it up into here just to give it a little bit of depth and accentuate the nose, make it look slimmer. And I don't go too harsh. And then if you want to cool that down even more, just go over that with your beauty blender. Make sure it looks natural. And I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup off camera. I'm just gonna do some light mascara, some lip gloss, and a little bit of bronzer and a shadow on the eye, and I will be right back. All right, so this is the look that I created. I just finished up with some Benefit roller lash, and then I did a little bit of the Rimmel Exaggerate nude liner on the waterline. I used the Balm Voyage in Will Komen, an eyeshadow just to give a bronzy, a little bit bronzer in the crease underneath the eye, and then just used the lanolips balm on the lips again. That is it. If you're wondering why I didn't do my brows or talk about them, I actually didn't do them because they just naturally are the shape I do use most of these products, like the powder, the concealer. I've used the Pro Glow foundation multiple times. It's not the everyday one that I use if I'm doing a glowy look. It's just one of the closest ones that matches my skin tone right now. I do use the Next to Nothing. I tend to use the powder Laguna bronzer. The Marc Jacob Dewdrops I use a lot. So I'm going to set my face using the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. If you want this long wearing to go with like Urban Decay all nighter or something like that. I'm gonna set the face really quick. This is final look again. I think it's very wearable. It's very doable for most people. You don't have to have all these products. You can definitely get some dupes. Use those as well. I used a couple of excessive products, but I just like them to use them in a glowy routine because I feel like they really enhance the glow. And that is one of my favorite looks. So once again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate all your support, and I'll see you in my next video.
So as I was filming, my cat was at the door and I found him like this, no joke.